Hi folks, this is the U.S. survival kit made by Henry Repeating Arms, and we're going to check it out right now on Kitbashed Survival. I bought this for $120 on the Henry Repeating Firearms website, so it's not a cheap kit, but then again, good kits are never cheap, and I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty good kit. Now, on the outside, it resembles a kit from Best Glide ASC because Best Glide uses these exact same tins. In fact, I'm wondering if Best Glide made these tins just for Henry, and we'll see if there's any other Best Glide branded stuff once we open this up. I have a feeling there will be. And just as a refresher, here's the Best Glide ASC Advanced Ultimate Adventurer Survival Kit. And as you can see, they're using the exact same tin. And by the way, this is a fantastic survival kit. If you'd like to see what's inside, I already did a review of it in a previous video. I'll put a link to that video in the description of this video, as well as in the top right-hand corner of this video right about now. Anyway, let's go ahead and crack open the Henry U.S. survival kit and see what's inside. So holding the lid down, we've got these clamps with these rubber pieces on top, and they hold it down nice and securely. And when you couple those clamps with this rubber gasket on the underside, you get a nice watertight seal. And there we go. Alright, so let's see what we've got. Well, right off the bat, we've got a glow stick, 6-inch snap light, green, 12-hour duration. Then we've got this big bag, which is underneath this blanket, so we'll take this out first. So we've got a Space Brand emergency blanket. Pretty cool. It's gold. And then we've got this big bag, which is the rest of the kit. And, oh, yeah, just like I thought, see, Best Glide. I had a feeling something else in this kit would be from Best Glide. I wonder if Best Glide builds these for Henry, or if they just supply the materials and then Henry packs them. I don't know. Looks like there's quite a lot of stuff inside. So first up, we've got a tea light candle. This one looks to be made of beeswax, which is always good. We've got some survival instructions. I'm willing to bet these are pretty much identical to the ones that are included in most Best Glide kits. We've got a tube. Okay, let's check that out. Alright, so we've got a tube. You could use this as a drinking straw, I suppose, or as a tourniquet. Pretty cool. Then we've got a light. This one looks a little different than ones I've seen before. So maybe this isn't all made by Best Glide. Let's see what this is. Freedom X-Lite Micro. Made in USA. I have not seen this type of light before. I've seen this size of light before, and this kind of light, you know, with an LED and a battery, but this configuration, this shape, I haven't seen before. Oh, that's nice. This has a push button action. On, off. That's nice. There's no switch or anything like that. I like it. Very cool. We've got some cordage. I'm not going to take this out, but there's a good bit of it, and it looks to be pretty good quality. I mean, it's not 550 paracord, but it looks to be good quality. If I had to guess, it's probably 275 paracord. We've got a sewing kit. So we've got several safety pins, some thread, a couple needles, a button, a thimble thing. Yeah, not bad. We've got an Acme whistle made in England. These are pretty good. What is this? Hell with it. I'll just rip it open. Okay, well, we've got a multi-tool of some sort. Oh, this is the Mini Master by Kitbashed. I've seen these before. I can't remember which kit I've seen this in. Maybe it was the Best Glide kit. I can't remember. It's not bad. I mean, it's got a file, a nail cleaner, a scissors. Let's see what else it's got. Phillips head screwdriver. Looks like a flathead screwdriver. Got a little chisel. And some tweezers. And then we've got a bottle opener there. And some hex wrenches here. And a ruler, centimeters on this side and inches on this side. Oh, and the ruler goes down this way too. That's pretty cool. So we've got 4 inches on that side and about 11 centimeters on the other side. And it's got a little key ring thing too. That's pretty cool. That's not bad at all. All right. Next up, we've got a ferro rod and striker. And I've seen these kind before. They're pretty good. There's the ferro rod and there's the striker. Oh yeah, that's a good one. We've got some cotton tinder pieces. Looks like 10 of them. Put them with that ferro rod and striker. We've got a generous amount of brass wire for making a snare or doing gear repair and stuff like that. We've got a Fresnel lens for starting a fire. Best Glide ASE. And then we've got a signal mirror. I'm not going to take it out, but I've seen these before. I believe these are in Best Glide kits as well. In fact, I know they are. We've got a razor knife, a DermaSafe razor knife. There it is. Let's see. We've got a compass. You know, this is a pretty good kit. I mean, we're only about halfway through it. I really like this kit. There it is. And it is accurate. Another Best Glide ASE item. Yeah, I think they borrowed heavily from Best Glide ASE. We've got a Ziploc bag. Probably to carry this gear in if you decide to use the tin to boil water or cook food. And what do we have here? Is this a water bag? Looks like a mat bag. Lock sack. It's a leak-proof bag. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to change my mind. I think this might be for carrying water, perhaps. And this is for carrying gear. That's pretty cool. Made in USA. We've got a Melita coffee filter for filtering sediment out of water. And then here we've got our water purification stuff. And this is that Chlorflock water purification powder that Best Glide uses in a lot of their kits. So yeah, I think most of this stuff probably comes from Best Glide, if not all of it. My only question is whether Best Glide packs these things for Henry, or whether Henry does the packing and they just get the stuff from Best Glide. Got some duct tape. We've got a roll of gauze. A compact emergency signal panel. That's pretty cool. Made in USA. I've seen these before in SE survival kits where they have some orange signal tape. So this is like that, except larger. Again, Best Glide ASE. Looks like some Yuko storm matches. Yep, got 10 of them. Always good to have. And then here's our fishing kit. which I'm sure is a Best Glide basic fishing kit. Yeah. Got some fishing line, a fishing lure, several hooks, several weights. And there's a moisture absorbing packet in there as well. And we've got a wire saw. Made in USA. That's good. And then we've got a gauze pad. And finally, we've got another moisture absorbing packet. And then we've got this bag. So here's all the gear laid out from the Henry U.S. survival kit, and I'm just going to come out and say it. I think this is a great kit, and I'd like to thank you guys for suggesting it to me. Now, I'm sure some people are going to badmouth this kit. They always do. They're going to complain about the price. They're going to say they could build the same kit for $5. They're going to complain about the quality of the components or the fact that the kit doesn't have X, Y, or Z. And that's okay, I don't care. I've reviewed enough survival kits on this channel, and I've certainly got enough kits in my collection where I think I'm a pretty good judge of survival kits, and this is a good kit. Obviously, it's not perfect. There's really no such thing as a perfect survival kit because it's impossible to anticipate every scenario you might be in a survival situation. And if you do start to anticipate everything, well, then you start getting into really large survival bag territory. But for a relatively compact survival kit, this is really good, and I would have a lot of confidence taking this out into the field, either for testing or to have in a day pack or a bug out bag or what have you. Oh, and by the way, I've received a lot of messages from you guys asking if at some point I'm planning on taking some of these kits that I build and review out into the field for testing. And the answer to that question is definitely yes. I would like to do a video or a series of videos where I take these kits out in the field either for 24 hours or just overnight and see how they do. Right now, it's just a question of logistics, finding the time to do it, because it's one thing to set aside a couple hours to review one of these kits. It's another thing to set aside an entire weekend to test one of these kits, because it's not just taking it out and testing it, it's bringing all the camera gear and batteries and so forth. But I do plan on doing that at some point in the future, even if it just means taking one of these kits into my backyard for an overnight. Now, because I've reviewed a lot of survival kits on this channel, and because I have so many more in my collection that you haven't seen yet, it means that when I see a survival kit, I see a lot of repetition, because a lot of the same gear appears in kit after kit, which is not a bad thing. It just happens because a lot of these kits share the same gear, especially across the same brand. So, you know, with a Best Glide ASC kit, you're going to see the Best Glide Fresnel lens or the Chlorflock water purification powders, the Best Glide fishing kit, stuff like that. Yuko storm matches are ubiquitous. They're in all sorts of survival kits because they're good to have. So at this point, I kind of start to look for things that are unique, that catch my eye. And for me, there were a few things that stood out in this kit. So first of all is the storage capabilities. You've already got the tin, which can store the gear and boil water and cook food or what have you. But then you've got 3 bags, which is great. You've got 2 large Ziploc bags and that waterproof lock sack bag. So if it was me, I would probably use one of the Ziploc bags to store water, maybe use the other one to either store water or store gear. And then the lock sack bag, you could store gear in there, or a cell phone or a map, or anything else you wanted to make sure stayed dry. Another standout item is the large orange signal blanket. Now, I've seen orange signal tape in kits before, but I've never seen something this large. That's kind of cool. Also, you don't often see rubber tubing in survival kits. Every now and then you'll see it, but it's still pretty rare, so that's kind of cool that they have it in this kit. Also, the space blanket is interesting because it's gold rather than silver. And then finally, the X-Lite micro flashlight. Now, it's nothing special, it's just a flashlight, but as far as I can recall, I've never seen an X-Lite micro in a kit before, so that certainly got my attention as well. Anyway, even though this kit is pretty good as is, before I repack it, I want to add a few more items just to make it that much better. So the first thing I'll add is a knife. This is a Buck 283 Nano Bantam, and it's just a tiny little lock blade knife made by Buck, made in the USA. It's got plastic scales and that Buck 420 steel. And these are pretty inexpensive, about $15 to $20, and it'll do just fine. So there we go. Next, I'll add a mini Bic lighter to enhance the fire making abilities of this kit. And then finally, I'll add some extra medical supplies to this kit. And just to do something different this time, I used my new vacuum sealer to vacuum seal these medical supplies. So on the inside, I've got some antibiotic ointment and some hand sanitizer, 2 alcohol prep pads, 2 regular Band-Aids and 1 large Band-Aid. And then I've got some medicines. I've got 2 Imodiums, 4 Benadryls, 4 ibuprofens, and 2 diclofenacs, which is an anti-inflammatory. So with that, let's go ahead and repack this kit. Alright, so there you have it, the Henry U.S. survival kit made by Henry Repeating Arms and made just a little bit better by me. Like I said, this is a great little kit, and I'd like to thank you guys once again for recommending that I check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, that's it. I'm Eric Siegel. This is Kitbashed Survival. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.